The motion that makes kings. There are two types of people in this world, those who wait for permission and those who take it. Some people spend their lives standing at the edge of the shore, watching waves come and go, hoping that a single tide will carry them to a different life. Others step into the water, they find the current, they learn its rhythm, they let it push them forward. Momentum is not a metaphor, it is a practical machine. Once it's building, it converts tiny repetitive efforts into unstoppable force. It turns awkward first steps into confident sprints. It turns idea into industry, seed into forest, whisper into movement. Momentum is what the successful keep that the average lose. This is not about inspiration that fades by Tuesday. This is not a pep talk you archive and forget. This is doctrine, a system, a relentless method for making motion permanent. The rules are simple, they are brutal, they demand action, they demand consistency, they demand courage, but above all, they demand one thing: you must not stop. Read every line, commit at least one paragraph to memory, then do one tiny act and then another. Because the first act, no matter how small, starts something that will save you from the only thing that truly kills dreams: inertia. This is the creed of relentless momentum. Let's build it. Law 1. Start ugly. Start now. Perfection waits. Momentum moves. You will never feel ready. The market changes. The people change. The tide of your own fear will always whisper you should wait. That whisper is the enemy. The first law of momentum is this: start ugly. Start now. The truth is savage and simple. The perfect plan is the most expensive form of procrastination. Every masterpiece ever made began as an amateur attempt. A painter's first stroke is messy. An entrepreneur's first product is basic. A speaker's first talk is awkward. But here's the catch. Those messy firsts create something you can improve. They reveal the problem. They teach you the correction. They produce the vector. Do 5 push-ups. Write the first paragraph. Email the first person. Launch the first version. Show the first clip. Ship the first prototype. Not tomorrow. Not after another course. Today, ugly and unpolished, because action invites feedback, feedback invites correction, correction invites growth, growth invites speed. Momentum does not require elegance, it requires motion. The earliest motion is always ugly. Embrace it, celebrate it, learn from it, then repeat. Law 2. Progress beats perfection. Perfectionism is a cage dressed as a cathedral. It promises safety in waiting. It promises dignity in delay. But the holy halls of perfection are empty. They are echoes of a life never risked. Progress is work. Real progress is taking measurable steps and making them habitual. A habit, a repeated act, becomes a force. A repeated act that produces results is compound interest in human form. The difference between someone who finishes and someone who fantasizes is repeated action, not dramatic action. Boring, steady action. Set a target, chop it into daily tasks. Do the smallest thing that moves the needle. Repeat until the needle moves further tomorrow. Celebrate small wins. Adjust scale. Repeat. You will always face a test. The easy way that feels noble or the hard way that makes winners. Choose movement. Choose the messy incremental march. It beats waiting for the myth of perfect readiness every time. Law 3. Small wins become tsunamis. Momentum compounds. A single day of discipline leads to 2. 2 become a week becomes a month becomes a year. No genius required, just consistency. Think of the snowball. It starts as a pebble of effort. It rolls, it collects. With each roll, it grows heavier and faster. Small wins are those rolls. They're tiny, they seem insignificant, but they add weight. They increase velocity. Suddenly, the same effort moves mountains. Design your life to produce frequent wins. Break terrifying goals into tiny, repeatable tasks. Measure them, make them hard to avoid. When the wins come, your confidence will not just increase, it will accelerate. The brain rewards action. The reward becomes the engine. The engine becomes addiction to improvement. When you are addicted to getting better, setbacks are temporary. You recover faster. You rebuild quicker. The snowball keeps rolling. Law 4. Discipline is the sculptor, consistency the chisel. Passion ignites, discipline builds, consistency perfects. People confuse passion for plan. Passion is the fire, but fire alone burns bright for a night and can die in the rain. Discipline is the daily routine that feeds that fire when inspiration is gone. Consistency is the long tide that scours the coastline and leaves a new shore behind. If discipline were a muscle, consistency would be its training schedule. You do the reps even when tired. You choose the next small action, even when lonely. You move forward, not because it's glamorous, but because it's necessary. This is how champions are molded. One finish line crossed after another, day after day. Create rituals. Guard your calendar. Protect your harmony between high-effort tasks and recovery. Build your schedule around the work that moves you forward. And treat missed days like the flinch of a boxer. Don't let one flinch become a knockout. Law 5. Turn setbacks into rocket fuel. Setbacks are not roadblocks, they are raw material. The fastest way to kill momentum is to misinterpret failure as finality. It is not. A failed attempt provides you precious data, what to change, how to adapt, and where to double down. The most dangerous people are not those who never fell. They are those who fell and refuse to learn. When something breaks, do not cry, diagnose, isolate, repair, improve. Then test again. Use the failure to refine your hypothesis. The next attempt will be smarter. The next correction will be sharper. This is how momentum gains intelligence and velocity, through iterative correction. The person who falls 5 times and rises 6 is exponentially more dangerous than the person who never steps in the arena. Momentum thrives on recovery. Let your setbacks become catapults. Law 6. Environment is the gravity that shapes motion. You do not run in a vacuum. People, places, schedules, and media create gravitational pulls. Some pull you forward, others drag you back. Your environment is the silent partner in your momentum. It whispers to your habits, it nudges your decisions, it architects your attention. If you want to accelerate, audit your surroundings. Remove friction that slows you. Add structures that make productive action easier and default. Surround yourself with people who expect more from you. Create spaces that force focus. Cut the inputs that numb you. TV, social feeds, toxic opinions. These are time thieves with smooth talk. Replace them with books, mentors, routines, and communities that demand progress. You will be tempted to say you cannot change your environment. That's a lie. Small moves create major shifts. Move your phone, move your seat, move your circle. Those small moves change the orbit of your life. Law 7. Identity trumps technique. Every time. Techniques are tools. Identity is the blueprint. If you want lasting momentum, stop focusing on what to do and start focusing on who you must become. Actions become easier when they align with identity. A person who is a writer writes daily. A person who is a runner wakes for miles. The label is not vanity, it is direction. Don't ask, what will get me the result? Ask, who will I have to be to get this result? Then act as that person. Habits follow identity. Momentum becomes a byproduct. Reinforce the new identity through tiny wins. Say the truth about yourself. Refuse to play small. The more you act like the person you intend to be, the less friction there will be. The new identity will carry you when willpower fades. Law 8. The machine of focus, zero-based attention. Momentum is attention in motion. When your attention is scattered, your momentum fractures. We live in a world built for distraction. The attention economy designs your days for clicks, not achievements. To build unstoppable momentum, you must reclaim your attention. Use zero-based attention. Start each day asking, what deserves my full focus now? Allocate blocks. Protect them like a fortress. No meetings, no messages, no excuses. Short, deep sprints beat long, shallow marathons. Structure your day in powerful chunks. Use prep, work, rest, repeat. The result, high leverage work done consistently. Momentum grows, distractions shrink. Zero-based attention is a radical act. It requires ruthless choices, but it is how long-term momentum is manufactured. Protect your focus. It is the currency of creation. Law 9. The fire of relentless belief. Momentum without belief is wind in an empty sail. You need both motion and conviction. Belief is not blind faith. It is the steady confidence that your actions compound into results. Belief is trained by evidence. Accumulate evidence through micro wins. Let those wins become the feedback that fortifies your certainty. When storms come, belief anchors you. It transforms hardship from catastrophe into a lesson. Cultivate beliefs that are both ambitious and actionable. I will be better tomorrow is a slogan. I will do the 3 habits that led to the last improvement is belief. Language matters. Speak in commitments, not hopes. Guard your inner narrative. Feed it with truth. The mind will either be your ally or your adversary. Choose the ally. When belief and motion combine, you create an engine that becomes almost supernatural. Law 10. Scale the system, not the hype. Momentum builds a machine. Machines scale. Hype crashes. Do not confuse big momentum with big noise. Many launch loud and die quiet. The goal is to build systems that persist whether you are inspiring an audience or alone in a garage. Systems are processes. They are repeatable. They are measurable. Document, automate, delegate, rinse. Repeat. Convert the steps you take into procedures. That way you can amplify without burning you out. You can recruit others to push the snowball faster. A system multiplies your tiny acts into enterprise-level motion. The world rewards operators more than orators. Be the operator, build the engine, let the engine build the empire. The moral engine, serve first, profit follows. This is not transactional. Momentum that survives is momentum that serves. Ask not what you can take, ask what you can create, ask who you can help. The most durable movements are those that solve real pain. They are funded by gratitude, fueled by generosity, and sustained by impact. When you serve, you attract allies. When you deliver value consistently, trust compounds. Trust is capital. Use it wisely. A life built on service produces legacy, and legacy is the only real measure of success. So make an agreement with yourself. Every day, do one act that serves another. It can be small, it can be private, but do it. These acts build reputation, momentum, and meaning. And when meaning marries motion, your life shifts from busy to consequential. The ghost test. Imagine the unlived future picture your last hour. Imagine the room. Imagine the silence. Now imagine ghosts. The ideas you never attempted, the conversations you delayed, the mercy you withheld, the talent you underused. They stand by your bed. They ask you a single question: why? This image is not meant to scare. It is meant to motivate. The real tragedy is not dying young. It is dying with unlived parts of yourself. Momentum is the antidote. It lets you iterate toward the life you were meant to live. It replaces regret with a record of small victories stacked into a life of consequence. Use the ghost test as a compass. When faced with a choice, comfort or growth, ask which action your future self will thank you for. Then take that action. Do it often. The final charge. Build motion, protect motion, never stop. We end where all the great movements start, with a decision. Decide to start ugly. Decide to favor progress over perfection. Decide to collect small wins like currency. Decide to shape your environment. Decide to train your identity. Decide to protect your attention. Decide to serve. Decide to learn from failure. Decide to scale your systems. Then design a weekly rhythm. 3 blocks of deep work, 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of outreach, 1 act of service. Measure it, publish it, revisit it, make the rhythm sacred. Momentum lives in daily repetition, not grand gestures. You will be tested. You will face critics, delays, and betrayal. You will lose. You will suffer. Momentum will not make pain disappear. It will make you more capable of handling it. You will get up faster. You will rebuild stronger. You will keep going. To commit is to choose a hard life with meaningful returns over an easy life with empty pockets. The pull of the couch is always strong. The cost of comfort is always high. So take your first ugly step now. Commit to the tiny daily act that matters. Stack wins, protect your attention, serve others. Become the person who shows up whether the lights are on or off. Your future will not be a gift, it will be a result. Relentless momentum is the method. You are the craftsman. The machine is simple, the execution is brutal, the reward is beyond price. No filters, no fluff, just the truth. Daily, subscribe and stay ahead of the storm. It's a call to action. Pick one ghost, name it, post one action in the comments. Do one small thing today that moves that ghost into life. Share this video with one person who's stuck at the starting line. Hold yourself accountable. We read every comment, we see every move. The path of power is not a promise, it is a practice. Signing off until next time. Build motion, protect motion, never stop.